Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Brennan Bias from ChichiCheckit.com and welcome to another Tutorial Tuesday. Today what we're going over is this. And the best way for me to describe this is just utter creepiness in that there's no pupil or iris or anything of that sort. There's just, all there is cornea. And, that's not natural, and so that just makes us look absolutely, absolutely creepy. And so, yeah, this is what we're going to be going over today. And also in the end, I'm going to throw in a little, and a little effect here, making the eye look like it's kind of black looking, just to make things interesting and add a little bit of variety to this, I suppose. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. So you're going to need two pictures, which has kind of been the standard lately. And the first picture, you're going to be looking off to one side, so I'll just say I'm looking off to the right here. And then the other picture is you looking off to the other side. So pretty simple, just two pictures, and we'll click and drag these into Photoshop. And so what we're going to want to do is, with the move tool selected, click and drag on the image to the tab of the other image that you've got. And while holding the shift key, go ahead and let go, so that way it drops it centered onto the canvas there. And then I'll just hit Control 0 to zoom into canvas size on that. And then I'm going to go ahead and rename both of these layers to make them a little more distinguishable. So on this layer right here, I'm going to name it left because it looks like I'm looking to the left side. And then on the other picture, I'll just double click it and rename it right. So here we go, we got left and right. Okay, so with the left layer selected and with it turned on, hold the Alt key if you're on a PC, or the Option key, or it'll be the Option key if you're on a Mac, and click the layer mask icon down at the bottom there. And this is going to be a lot of masking, so you're going to need to be able to know what the heck masking is to make this work. And I'm not going to describe it right now because I don't know. This is just something that's not for started beginners. I'm sorry. Okay. So with your masking magical awesomeness and the foreground color set to white, just kind of paint in on your eyeball right there where your pupil and your iris are. And so just kind of get rid of that certain area right there just for a starting point. And then we're going to go back in and zoom in just so that we have a closer look. Let's get rid of all of these eyelashes down here by bringing in the left side of the eye, or the left layer, I should say. There we go. I'll just say left layer, right layer from now on. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring in the left layer and just bring in this little bit of the lower eyelid, but keep making sure that we don't accidentally bring back the eyeball itself. And then we'll just switch back between black and white to bring back parts that you want to see, and obviously to get rid of parts that you don't want to see, and just make it look like this eyelid continues, whoops, wrong side. Just make it look like this lower eyelid continues off to the side over in this direction over here. And below the left, below the eyelid in general, we can go ahead and bring in the left layer to just kind of help it blend a little bit, because this is the overall left layer that we're going to be seeing in general, so we're going to want to see that. And then up here in the upper eyelid where all of the eyelashes are, it's going to be a little bit tricky because you are going to see both the left and the right layers in this. So just to kind of demonstrate, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the left layer right here. But as you can see, as I get closer to the edge of the eyelid, you're going to see some of that pupil there. So I'm actually going to bring back that area with my foreground color set to white, and I'll bring in some of these. Oh, actually, I'm getting rid of some of the eyelashes there. But we're going to have a combination of both the left layer and the right layer right here, just so that we know that it's that is blending pretty well. And then let's just make sure that this top of the eye right here blends pretty well, because we got that nice little arc to go and cover some of those eyelashes there. And so let's just go ahead and mess with the masking right here to see what we can get going. And maybe bring back some of the eye right here with by painting in whites. And just kind of mess with the masking again, just switching between black and white to, you know, just kind of see what blends and what doesn't. And, you know, again, be careful with the eyelashes because sometimes you just need to, you know, get rid of some of those areas. This is really hard to explain. This is a really conceptual thing. I can't really, you know, give you a surefire method of doing this because it's a lot of hit and miss, especially when you don't know what the heck you need to have there or not. So just kind of go through and switch between black and white. See if you need to bring something back on one layer or get rid of it. And we'll just start bringing this back over here. Oop, get rid of that. There we go. Making it look like it's going to blend with that curve in the eye. And I have no idea what's going on over here. So obviously that was not the right thing to do right there. Okay, so the upper part of the eyelid's looking pretty good. Now let's see what we can do to make this lower eyelid look alright. So looks like we'll want to bring in that left layer, but start getting rid of it because we're seeing part of the eye right there. And I'll get rid of that. Awesome. And bring some of that back to get a little bit of the shadow. There we go. Awesome. And of course we're having that issue with the eyelashes down here, so I'll go ahead and bring back the left hand layer so that way we can blend all of these. There we go. Bring all this back. Awesome. Now, I don't know how much help this would be, but some people like knowing about this little trick. If you want to see exactly what your mask looks like, you can hold the Alt key if you're on a PC or the Option key if you're on Mac, and actually click on the mask thumbnail, and that will go temporarily to basically just this overall look of what the mask is looking like. And then you can Alt click that thumbnail again to go ahead and go back to this view of the actual image. So I think I've done a pretty good job of combining the two images together. So, you know, we've just got the two different halves of the left and the right eyeball going on here. So it blends pretty well. Now let's just go ahead and really quickly go over how to make these look like they're black. Now the way I did it is kind of experimental and accidental as well. So add a black and white adjustment layer and then put it into a group by hitting Control G, and you can just rename this I don't know, blackened or something of the sort. And then what I'm just going to go ahead and do just to make things a little simpler is hold the Alt key. Since I'm on a PC, it would be Option key again if you're on a Mac, and click and drag that mask to the blackened group just to mask it real quick. And let's go ahead and, oops, I'm on the wrong mask here. There we go. So get rid of all the areas that are not on the eyeball and, you know, mask those away. And then add to the mask right here on the entire eyeball to make it a nice black and white. Alright, so I just did that real quick, and I'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye, and switching to black and getting rid of all this area over here. And again, switching back to white to bring this back just on the eye right here. Alright, so I think I've done pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and swap over to the mask just to make sure that I can get rid of some of these stray gray areas over here, because those are the areas that I know I'm not going to want to have when I add my next adjustment layer, because it's going to make things a little intense. Alright, so there we go. We've got that going on. Now go inside the group by selecting that black and white adjustment layer, and then go back to your adjustments and add an invert adjustment layer to invert that. But then we're going to change the blend mode of that to color burn. So we've got that invert set to color burn now. And I know that is going to need to be black right there. Alright. So obviously my mask is really sloppy, which is why it looks like crap. But to make this look a little bit better, just go to the invert adjustment layer and start putting down the fill on that. So I've got that down just in the high or the low to mid 90% area, and that's already looking pretty good. And if you want, you can even go to the black and white adjustment layer and put down the fill on that to start bringing back some of the color of the veins in the eyes and maybe give that a slight, yellow tan look in general. And so, I don't know, after you got all that, you can go back and tweak with the mask and all that to make sure that it's, just on the eye and not like on the the eyelid. Thank you very much. Why can't I talk today, huh, guys? I don't know. So anyway, just go back through, mess with the mask, make sure it blends all right. I'm not going to spend a crap load of time on this because, well, let's face it, you guys want to get through this as fast as possible and just make something that you want to do on your own picture. But you know what? I'll go ahead and put these pictures up for download if you want. Just let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section below. And you know what? That's actually all there is to this. And, I know this tutorial was pretty vague, but, I mean, this is just one of those conceptual tutorials where you just kind of, teach the overall idea, and then you just got to go through and mess with everything on your own and kind of learn by experience, if that makes any sense at all. So, if you want me to put the link to these two pictures in the description, just let me know, and I'll put those up for download. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask and all that good stuff. And also, if you could do me a quick favor and like this video and share it with others, that'd be awesome. And if you guys do like this video and all that, I promise that for the first day, I will reply to every single comment that I find, alright? So, I'm going to pull an Eli here and promise that I'm going to try and reply to every comment that I see for the first day. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll reply to your comments, like the video, all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial and learned something new from this, and hope you guys get something that you like in the end. So that's it for today, guys. I will go ahead and see you next Tuesday.